Hey Tom, I figured I'd just make a video and show you how I did this, how I got that surface and then how I welded the points. The first thing you got to do is you start with a regular ring rail and you have to rebuild that. And I selected 8 points because I wanted to have a symmetry line going down the center. And the most important part is the degree. You want a degree 1 curve. And the reason for that is because when you select a degree 1, you get these individual line segments. So that helps us to start building that surface. And the way you do that is you just switch your manipulator to the scale manipulator, and you Alt and then click and drag, and you get those faces. And then you need to do that twice, Alt, click and drag, because we need 2 of these. And then a little tip here, because this often happens, as soon as you get the surface out here like you want it, when you do this you should always smooth toggle it, because this is what happens. Because the curve starts and stops right here, it doesn't weld these points together. So just turn on your verts and select those points, and then use your Z hotkey to weld those up. And then it should be all smooth and rounded like we need it. I'm just going to get rid of this original ring rail. Okay, so now once you have the one surface, you really only need to work on half of it, so we can get rid of this half. And then you can turn your points on, and you can start to just tweak this just a little bit to get the more of the egg shape. I'm not going to spend too long doing this because I don't want to bore you. But you get the point. You can just tweak it until you get the shape that you want. Yeah, good enough. So then once you have this, you need to make another copy of it. So you can just select it and move it forward a little bit, and then mirror with copy to the other side. Alright. And now, yeah, that happens sometimes when you mirror T-spline surfaces. I always use the selection mode. It's a F is your hotkey, and that's for the whole object. And when you do that and you mirror it, you usually don't have an issue. But when you try and do it by region selecting and then mirroring, it'll cause an issue. So I select the whole object using the F hotkey and then mirror it. We shouldn't have a problem now. Yeah, there we go. That's right. And then you just turn on your verts, and when you weld these, the little trick here is that on the first two, basically the verts on this face need to weld to the verts on this face. So they need to come all the way over and attach to this. And you'll see why that's important in a second. But so the way you do that is you hit the Z hotkey first, select one point, and then select the other, and you see it pulls that point all the way over. You do that twice. So Z hotkey, this point, and then that point, and it brings it over. And then with the rest of these, we need these to come together in the center. So the way to get that to happen is you select these 2 points, and then hit, oops, hang on a second, sorry about that. Select these 2 points and then hit Z, and you'll see it brings those to the center, which is how you're going to start getting that line that comes around, and that's really important. And then you can just do that for the rest of these coming around to down here. So these need to come to the center. So you select them both and then hit Z, and then you get something that looks like this, which is where you need to be. And then you could just apply symmetry to this. And when you do that, you'll see this. When I smooth toggle this line, that's sort of the trick to this whole ring, is getting this line starting to go in the right direction. And by welding those points across and doing it that way, you're able to get that. And by putting this extra edge in here, you can start to tweak this to get the shape that you want. And insert some edges and push and pull on these verts a little bit. And you start to refine this a little bit. And also when you need to close up the center, the easy way to do that is just to bridge it. So select one of the edges, hit L for your hotkey, select another edge, hit L for your hotkey to loop select. And then you could just use the TS bridge command, which is right there. Hit enter. And I'm using one segment. You can't see it up here, but it just says one segment for the inside. And you see that bridges that all up. And then, like I said, it's just a matter of tweaking this and pushing and pulling and inserting some edges to refine the shape a little bit. I hope that helps. Talk to you soon. Bye.